Lauren has a dispute with Rachel Wilson over something Pearl tweeted. What
Oh,
is the dispute? The
Pearl.
panel can weigh in too. What is
What
this,
is
Lauren?
it?
Ugh.
Well, Rachel and Wilson and I always just kind of bicker because the first time I ever met her, she called me like a screeching banshee of a woman. She
I don't know
couldn't-
who that is. Who is
Quite
that?
untoward. Why would she say such a thing?
She because she hates women and she's literally her
Who?
only.
You mean
Who, Pearl or
Pearl?
Rachel Wilson?
Who's Rachel? Who is this?
Oh,
I
sorry.
I like Rachel Wilson. I had her on my channel this
Who the
week.
hell is Rachel Wilson?
Oh,
I'm looking her up. I don't know who that is.
Sorry. In my perspective, I don't think Rachel Wilson likes most women, especially women who are comfortable with their sexuality. She does a lot of slut shaming, and so does.
So I'm gonna
Pearl.
guess that the one on Twitter that you're talking about is the one who has patriarchist and
Yeah, so
awful-
Rachel Wilson, she wrote a
Alright.
book called like the occult the occult feminism,
Yeah.
and
I
it's
just
about
ordered
how
it.
what?
You're not talking about
I just
Clam?
ordered it.
I'm sorry, Pearl. Jesus, I really didn't even mean to say that.
Clam. Oh, I remember that.
Yes,
now
Yeah.
Now Rachel is dodging me. So I talked to her husband on Twitter, and her husband's like, "Oh,
Well,
you
maybe
should."
that's why she's angry, darling.
Well, I mean, we debate. Like all we
That's
talk about on
fine.
Twitter is debates and like setting up debates. We don't talk like
I'm just teasing you. I was teasing.
but yeah, no, she like wanted to debate, and so I'm like, okay, let's debate. And then she's been like avoiding me ever since. So there's that.
Well,
So let's take it from the beginning. Okay.
Juicy.
Rachel Wilson says, I don't know how Pearly Things take is controversial. I have been saying for years that I don't care how good looking you are at 35 plus, put you next to an equally attractive 22-year-old and you lose. Yes, your husband will love you into old age, but that's a separate matter. And then Lauren responded, well, Pearl is an anti-marriage, so she essentially encourages men to just always replace their aging partners with newer, younger ones. Rachel responds, that's literally not true. She quite rightly says that until the system changes, marriage is too risky for men. She's pro-marriage. If it was still marriage, what we have now is a flimsy government contract, easier to break than a cell phone contract. And then Lauren responded, she's anti-modern marriage today. So until the laws are changed, she encourages men not to be married. Further, she encourages men to go for younger and younger women. Like usual, you're wrong. Rachel responds, if you think I'm usually wrong, you should debate me. Maybe you can be the first to really kick my ass and prove that I don't know what I'm talking about. And then you wrote, okay, don't forget to turn on your camera this time.
Okay, Lauren. I mean, I have to applaud you on that.
I
one.
think you're both right. I see Rachel's point.
Okay, can you explain to me?
I get where she's coming from, but like
Where is she coming from? Can you explain that to me? Because like I'd like to talk to someone about where is she. She's saying that Pearl is not anti-marriage. She's just anti the way the laws are that construct marriage in this country.
anti being pretty and lovely and wonderful.
Pearl definitely takes issue with the current marriage contract and how easily it is for females to manipulate it through the court system in terms of alimony, and when there's children involved, the women overwhelmingly are favored more in court.
Which I don't totally disagree with. Like I understand where she's coming from to an extent. I do think that men are screwed over in the family court system many a time more so than women are. And I think that's a problem. And I think it's a problem that needs to be addressed. And I think it's serious. And I think it's super detrimental to the modern day family. That being said, what that is it's anti-marriage, especially when she's out there consistently tweeting that men should not be married because the laws are the way that they currently are. She's constantly saying, I don't understand why men would get married today. Is it a win? Even if you get married, your wife could turn into a fat bitch. And then she shows like a picture of like
you replace them. That's why I am betrothed to a 54-year-old man that I let go to hospice every weekend, and then when he passes away, I get to live second life. And you know what? Thank you, Clam. It's because of you that I'm just teasing. It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous thing to say because women, we'll just give up, I suppose, and
just roll over and die when you turn 40.
Because all of our husbands will just go for a younger woman. Right.
Yes.
We should just fuck off and call it a day.
Pearl wants everyone to give up
But
because
be a
she's given up on
master.
herself. Like she's totally given up on herself. So she tells all other women to give up like with her. And it's like, how about no? How about I understand that I'm fastly approaching 30 and I'm still single. And
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it
Uh-oh.
doesn't matter at all. It doesn't matter at all. But also,
But it doesn't mean I've given up, okay? I'm still out here, putting on makeup, straightening my hair, doing push-up bras.
I'm about to turn 31 and you're not even 30 yet. You're like, I'm still out here. I'm not giving up. Stop it. The 29 and 28 was like some of my best horror years. Like this is amazing. But
No, I've been good. I've been a really good girl this
the
year.
way modern technology, all like for your face, we can preserve our ages. The Kardashians, all we don't
Pearl's
necessarily look
argument is that you can't preserve
but
fertility.
you can look as young as you want to look. Women don't have to just give up. That's ridiculous. Everybody
Pearl's whole argument hinges on the fertility aspect of it, because anytime you come at her with, oh, this X person takes good care of themselves, or this person, well, look how great they look, and she will always come back to the typical fertility age range, because that is her argument.
So
But-
she's
and-
saying that older men should be with younger women because they're more capable. But
They
does
have
she,
more
does she recognize that older sperm can also create a whole host of issues for babies? It causes birth defects. It causes decreased intelligence. I mean, so it's not just the woman who is contributing to that. So an older man, even procreating with a younger woman, that could still cause potential issues.
you
In
can
fact,
have retarded sperm, but she does not focus on that.
to father age, to paternal age. So,
And I'm also not talking about my betrothed because he tries to enter me morning, noon, and night. But I mean, I can't walk out the door without him being erect. But older men, their dicks don't work. How about that, Clam? You psycho.
You know what, though? I will say this about Pearl. She is saying all of these things, and it is making her lots of money.
Yes.
It's making her
She
very
is
wealthy, very much talked about. If Pearl decided today that she was like, you know what? I am going on a stand-up comedy tour and
it would sell
wanted to get booked everywhere, she would. So good for her. She would not be making these statements if she wasn't making a shit ton of money.
She has a whole team.
Check out her views, check out her stats, check out how much she's willing to pay people to come to her show. Check out, like, there's so many aspects, and if you look at how much money I think she's still in the red. I do not think she's in the green yet.
Well, she has rich parents, so she's got a bit
she's
of runway.
still winning there, so it doesn't matter. She'll be rich forever.
That's great on paper.
She has people talking about her, and she has subs because of her shorts. But she doesn't have a lot of traction on her long form videos. She doesn't have like a lot of people reaching out for her to like come on. I mean, she has a lot of people talking.
I tried to get her. I reached out to her like just the other week. Come back, Pearl. Let's have another interview. She said she's too busy. So either she personally wants nothing to do with me, or she truly is busy. Or
She had an amazing
looking
interview.
out for somebody bigger, probably.
Well, she is busy, but it's not with like flying around, going on all of these different podcasts. She's busy like setting up her Chicago office. She's busy making sure all of her
completely remarkable and ugly and horrible and
She also takes care of other content creators, so she makes sure they're booked as well. She is busy with stuff, but I don't think that she's making a ton of money. I don't think she's making a lot of traction. I don't think she's like inspiring. But she is making a lot of
her goal. I personally think her goal is to help people. I think her goal is to go viral and be talked about, and be like and scrap with the Daily Wire people, scrap with like whoever the top tier internet personalities are. I don't think her goal is actually to help people have better relationships or better the lives of men that are being told that they're toxic. My argument with is like, you're not going to change the system of marriage. I think it's better to be informed about what you're getting into. And if you are with someone who you think will fuck you in that system, screw you over, take the kids, do not marry that person. look for signs, make observations. And I tweeted about this, maybe it was last week. I said, why are men getting into relationships, marrying and having kids with women who would fuck them over? And I like triggered a lot of people. A lot of people got upset. And I'm like, oh, we didn't know. They completely changed. And I'm like, I don't know any women that are like this, but I don't know. But maybe because Frank and I were together like 7 years before getting engaged. So there's like no surprises at this point anymore for him. Like he's seen me through all seasons multiple times, watched his kid grow up. And I just feel like, not to say you have to date 7 years before getting engaged, but like observe the person you're with, have these conversations, make sure you share the same values, talk about what you would do if you were to get divorced. I don't know. I think there is something to be said for like getting married in the Catholic Church or a church, because that carries more weight to it. I think it kind of makes you step everything up.
I was so against it, but I'm like, you know what, whatever. Also, you know, Bisconti, you have to marry somebody 24 years older so that you can live second life. So even if these problems arise, they'll inevitably pass away. You know what I mean?
Oh my god!
I'm teasing. I'm so cynical. It's terrible. He's the love of my life.
How old is he?
He's 54. And he's so handsome. Oh my gosh. And he's always
He looks and acts like a 25-year-old.
He really does. He is.
He's
oh my gosh.
He's very young at heart. He's very active. He takes his Centrum Silvers. He's in great shape.
Y'all was on here talking about pearly things. That's what y'all was doing.
Yeah, what's your opinion on her? Do you think
he had an interview?
I did interview her.
It was
you like her?
What did you
recently, Hotep?
How did you stifle your vomit long enough to look at her?
I interviewed her too, like a while ago.
I think she, first of all, I don't like, it depends. Sometimes I like attacking women for their looks, but in this case, I don't. In this case, I don't. And also, I don't think she's, if we're being honest, I don't think she's actually unattractive. Can we all just agree she doesn't know how to do her makeup and she doesn't know how to
When is it okay? When is it okay to
any woman for their looks unless they're a fucking asshole? And she's a fucking asshole. She's making money off of triggering women by telling them that they're worthless.
Here's how I don't think it's good to attack her for her looks, because she is not trying to make a living off her looks. If she came out with an OnlyFans, I'd be like, have at it. But I think you need to meet her on the level of her arguments and like come at her that way. If you come back with her, the marriage system is broken, women are taking advantage, here are the statistics, and you come back with, you're ugly, you're plain, you don't know how to dress yourself, then you have made yourself out to look like a catty woman. Whether those are true points or not, you have to address her arguments.
It's a rude thing to say, but I never attack any woman for their looks. If anything, I build all women up. But she is doing something really bad to women because she's going with what a bunch of men are telling her to say to make money. And
to be fair,
no woman would ever really say such a thing. I cannot honestly believe that any woman would believe what she's saying is, yeah, you know what? When I hit 30, I may disagree myself. You know what?
So
fine.
I was hanging around like the red pill community for a while. So I was meeting like the whammons in the red pill community, and Hotep. And they believe that shit. Like they genuinely believe a lot of that shit. And so what's
there not to believe?
Yeah, like I get where here's where I think a lot of the red pill talking points are true if everything in life were very basic and simple, but life is way more complex in the red pill community.
Right. Well, men are kind of simple.
They're like all men. No, that's not true. They're like all men want these perfect virgins, and women are basically worthless every time they put a penis in them. And yada yada. But then you talk to a lot of guys, and like you're like, hey, here's my friend Mary. She's a virgin, the one dressed in like the ankle length dress and going to the want to take you on a date. And they're like, no, I don't want to take Mary on a date. I want to take your fat ass friend with her like booty hanging out of her shorts. I want to take her on a date. And it's like, do you care? You just got off John's dick? No, I don't. And that's reality of life. And so the like community don't put reality into like, but they're like, no, all men want virgins. Let's check the audience. Audience, do you want virgins? And the audience like, yeah, we all want virgins. Meanwhile, they're all paying $5 a month for these girls' OnlyFans. They're all
Thank you, by the way. Thank you.
like, excuse me? No, you don't want fucking virgins, apparently. And then Sneeka's like, I want a virgin. And it's like, isn't that your girlfriend sitting
And it's
next
like,
to you?
you're not jerking off to virgins. That's for damn sure.
They're not even into it. They don't want virgins.
somebody that they can bring home to mom, because every
They don't.
man
They
wants
don't.
their fucking mother or something. I don't know.
They don't.
If we're talking in black and whites, then you want the virginal. All men really want the virginal fucking archetype of, their mother. That's ridiculous. It's people are not all.
Well,
Here's the
the
thing,
thing
if you
is,
want a
it's-
virgin, you don't get to complain about terrible blowjobs, and you don't get to complain about the skills that you don't have because you didn't put in your 10,000 hours. Okay, like enjoy your virgin, but she doesn't know what the fuck she's doing, and get ready to have a lot of boring bad sex. Enjoy your virgin.
Welcome to life.
I mean, men are.
Just your teeth are raking across that dick that whole time, this entire time.
Men are they enjoy having two women, right? They enjoy having a wife and a concubine. So sometimes they're looking for a concubine and
Everyone
not a wife.
loves an Asian. We get
I
it.
just think it's so funny because like just a few decades ago,
Wait, I'm looking up concubine. I think I confused it.
concubine is like a prostitute that's yours. Like so,
Oh,
like
shit.
basically a whore for yourself.
You want the whore, and then
What was I
the-
thinking of?
It's the
A
Madonna.
lady in the streets put a freak in the bed. Usher told you.
Freak in the shit.
Who is
You know
the
who I
lady
think
that
got it
wears
right?
the kimono?
I like
What's
Nick
that
Cannon.
called?
I think he's doing things right.
Hates the Jews. Lila.
I think Nick Cannon is incredible. He married Mariah Carey, okay? And then he was like, I'm done with that. I'm just gonna spread my seed. And then he has all these children, and then in like 20 years, when they're all adults or whatever, they can help take care of him.
Hotep, I thought you said geisha. I was confusing
what did
concubine with geisha.
Yeah, no.
Concubine.
It's
That made
similar.
me laugh.
What do you think about him talking about melanin giving him like superpowers and people without melanin like lacking like empathy and
He's
the
probably
Jews?
right.
What do you think about Nick Cannon wearing a turban all those years? I thought
You
that
know
was.
what? I think that's
don't have
right.
to do
He's
your
probably
hair.
protecting his big old brain that he has in there because he's probably a genius, spreading his seed everywhere, having multiple twins. Are you kidding me? Oh my God! If I was a man, I would impregnate all you.
I wouldn't really.
I would let you.
Love you guys. Thank you for the chats. Thank you for the comments. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Bye. All right. Love you guys. God, I don't even want to leave. This candle smells so good. I don't want to leave. All right. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye. Love you all. Join the Discord. Feet. Love you all. Wow. You guys are awesome. Bye, guys. Bye. Now I'm really leaving. Love you. Bye.